Hey,
Yeah.
you heard about TrueNorth.bet?
Yeah. This is a dumb question. You told me.
Sorry. Okay. Well, did you hear that it was built from the ground up to be the credible, dependable, safe gaming experience that Canadians like you, Steve, and like you, Jesse, are looking for?
Yeah, you told me.
TrueNorth.bet focuses exclusively on Canada
Well, I'm from there. I like that.
and Canadian players.
Well, I play hockey now. I'm pretty good.
TrueNorth.bet also takes pride in having the best customer service on the market. They are professional, they are efficient, and they are built for you and you and you and me. TrueNorth.bet has an incredible offer. All of us.
Yeah.
TrueNorth.bet has an incredible offer for you. They want to match your first deposit up to $500 in bonus funds.
Oh.
How great is that? All you have to do is visit sdpn.truenorth.bet and register this incredible offer. Again, $500 in bonus funds with your first deposit. sdpn.truenorth.bet.
Say it 5 times fast.
sdpn.truenorth.bet. sdpn.truenorth.bet. This is a terrible
Keep
bit.
going.
No.
Yep, keep going.
sdpn.truenorth.bet. I'm doing it 3.
All right. 3 is impressive. Well done.
I would have taken the under. So here's my question then. What's the ultimate second line on the Toronto Maple Leafs look like to you guys right now?
Well, at the moment, it's what it is.
Which is?
JT, Kerfoot, Mikheyev.
I mean, realistically, it's probably Mikheyev, JT, Willie.
No. Why?
I wonder if...
Why? What does William Nylander... What did he do to deserve to play on the second line?
I love this heel turn, but you're absolutely right.
No, tell me. What's going on with what are you guys seeing with William Nylander? Let's expand on that.
I think it's the yips.
Okay.
I think it's the yips, or, you never know what someone's going through. But last year, there was an undeniable work ethic and effort with William Nylander that would take shifts off for sure. But the reason the puck has gone in the net for him so much over the past few seasons is his tenacity in front of the net. And,
he had the most goals in tight of any player in the NHL.
Yeah.
Right?
And he's been sniping him in this year. He's still getting his cookies. I mean,
24 goals this year.
Yeah, he was basically lambasted as the guy who ruined the game for them against Montreal. He had a goal in that game, a power play goal in that game.
But why is he not second line worthy?
Because his attention to detail is not there at all. Like his, you can make mistakes. You can make errors in judgment. The David Savard goal was pure laziness. Pure laziness. He didn't forget where he was supposed to be. He just didn't try. You got to try. You got to try every day you're in the NHL. You got to try every day that you make $7 million. You got to try if you're trying to win anything, for God's sake. The last place team in the NHL will beat any team who doesn't try. And the first line is so good. This is maybe the best the Leafs first line has ever been.
I think in its history.
Yeah, they got an $11 million second line center who is obviously fine when he plays with a winger who tries, as we saw.
And by the way, he was point a game with a winger who didn't.
Yeah.
Well, not didn't try. I don't think that's fair.
Is currently not trying. No, they were an undeniable duo. Willie had 5 goals in 7 games in the playoffs last year. He's definitely one of the Leafs you can't really point a finger at in terms of that defeat. Had the only goal in Game 7 too, if I recall correct. And but it has not been there. It has not been there. Now, the third line has been so good that you could put Willie there, especially on home ice, because you're not quite as dependent on that third line anymore. You can spread it out. You can tell the Leafs want to spread it out, and this is the perfect excuse.
Yeah, and with Kasha out, like, you have an excuse to even mess it up more and have out some trials. But
sorry, one last thing to add: Matthew Nyes, his college team won yesterday.
Yeah, they're playing till April 5th.
Which they're playing well into April now. So instead of simply inserting him into the lineup, which I think was the plan had they lost, he's going to keep going. So you have to figure this out internally before the playoffs, because we're getting closer to the point where inserting Matthew Nyes isn't going to make any sense.
Right. And if I'm Matthew Nyes, I'd be like, I'm leaving college now. Like, are you kidding me? College or the NHL in the playoffs?
He's about to enter the Frozen Four.
I know, but...
And also, he might be a little sore at the Leafs.
Oh, yeah, for trying to trade him? Yeah, that's
potentially
fair.
trying
Maybe.
to trade him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's possible.
You know what? Like, ultimately, this will get solved and he'll end up a Leaf by the end of the season. But I don't think he's. I don't think he regrets making them sweat.
And that was the reason that Dubas was pissed at the press conference.
Right.
Which, by the way, I think it was maybe not John Davidson that leaked it, but we don't know.
Kyle Davidson,
not John Davidson.
It's not that he leaked a private conversation. It's that he leaked a private conversation that's going to make Kyle Dubas' life harder.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, because the leaks always have it. Jess, you have something queued up.
So what makes me so upset about the Willie situation in the back check is what I saw from Kerfoot on that play. So on the up the ice angle, I was so upset because I saw it on my TV. I went back on my Ignite TV box by Rogers, where you can rewind live TV. So I went back and I rewound.
Did you have to reset that, or
no? It worked.
Did that cost you $35 a month to reset?
Hey,
sorry, $35 a month.
So I went back and I was looking at the up the ice replay. And when Kerfoot's coming down the ice, he's on the side of the puck, and so is the rest of the team. It's three forwards. We know Giordano makes the right play. We know JT goes in there and makes the right play. And then Kerfoot takes a second. As the puck is on this side of the ice, he motions to the other side where Willie should be, and he points his stick because he knows the winger on that side has to cover that side of the ice. And I'm jumping to some conclusions here, but I'm guessing he knows the other forward on the ice is William Nylander, and he has to tell him where to be. This isn't a problem. This is an incident that he knows might happen because of who his winger partner is. He has to go up the ice and say, okay, there's three guys ahead of me on the left side, and I'm coming in as the fourth guy on that same side. Somebody's got to cover the slot.
And that's Kerfoot, who plays all three positions up front on every line.
This is a really smart hockey player who knows how to play every position on the ice, who's telling his winger partner, go to that side, cover the puck, because I know what's going to happen here. And William Nylander didn't do it. His teammate had to go tell him what to do, and William Nylander didn't listen. He lazily glid into the neutral zone. Glided.
I knew exactly what you meant, but I'm positive it's not a word. But it is.
That's the right word. He glid into there.
If I knew what you meant,
I want it
that's
to be
a word.
glid now.
Glid.
He glid.
Like a glizzy. You know the hot dogs, like glizzy?
You know, it took us a few seconds to get there, but we got there.
Yeah. So he glid into the neutral zone, and they scored a goal. Mm-hmm. Kerfoot knew what was happening, and it led directly to a goal. So this tells me that his teammates know who he is. The coach knows who he is because he benched him.
At the time.
Sunday, he played the least amount of minutes he's played all season.
Ooh.
Everyone's done. Well, but how can you not be?
The standard is higher. And this is what I keep saying with the Leafs. Like, they're a team worth being hard on. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, if your team is in 26th right now, what are you hammering them for? They're bad.
That's a conversation afterwards. You show them the film, you show them the iPad afterwards after the game. You say, hey, don't do this shit anymore. No, this is a team where we have to go up against Florida or Tampa or Boston or Carolina in game one of the playoffs, and that's how you're going to play? Like, no.
And we need home ice against those monsters.
So you need,
and this should be 2 points.
Right.
So money in the bank.
So you're saying, the reality is you guys are saying you need more from Willie on the details.
Yes, 100%.
And
100%.
It's like, it's not enough anymore.
Because he has the talent.
Matthews has had a few flubs as well.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yeah, but
it's worth mentioning.
It's worth mentioning.
He's such a good player, but
he has been rock solid defensively all year.
It's hard to criticize a guy who's going to score 50 goals.
And but you can.
Yeah.
Like last night when Willie gave it away, it's because Matthews made the wrong play.
Yeah, 100%.
No, that wasn't talked about enough.
I think you're right.
That was on Matthews.
Like I watch everything again before I talk about it in the LFR, and I'm watching that play. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing?
When Willie tried to go back around the net, and then he got it.
Do you just go to Tic-Tac-Toe Mars page and go, here are the key moments of the game?
No. It's either the Sportsnet pack, or if that's not up yet, I just go to NHL.com. But
right.
It was the easy play was just tap it behind the net to Riley, and even if you flub it, it's behind the net.
It's not out in front where
Willie's surrounded by three people.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Matthews made the wrong play there.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. It's just, I think everybody's tired of this shit because you have to win around this year. It's unacceptable to lose again.
Win a cup. They're trying to win a Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
All the fans are like, here's what happens the moment the Leafs went around and we all
Win 2.
go, oh shit, this was our Stanley Cup. Like, I don't want people crying in the streets and going ballistic when the Leafs finally do win around, because you know you're only a quarter of the way there, right?
Mm-hmm.
A quarter. You have to win 4 rounds against exclusively monsters. Monsters. That's all who is waiting for you when the playoffs begin. Who do you want the Leafs to play? You want them to play Tampa or Florida or the Bruins, or if they drop into the wild card, the Hurricane? They're all monsters!
Every single one of those teams.
Mm-hmm.
Scary, spooky monsters. You know what you never see in any scary movie? You know what you never see in any, like, Friday the 13th? Someone just walking around a haunted house going, you know, could take it or leave it. I mean, it doesn't matter if I live or die. You know, I'm sure if I wait till morning and it's light out, I'll be fine. Like, you know, you don't see any aloof characters in scary movies who survive. You know what? There is no room for anyone to take any shift off. Anybody. None. He takes too many shifts off. Mm-hmm. And right now,
well, like, I think publicly being demoted to the third line, that's got to be the wake-up call they're hoping it'll be. And because it'll take 5 or 6 games of him playing at the level he's capable of to earn that spot back.
And Sheldon Keefe has been dealing with this shit since 2016. 2016.
Marley's coach. Yeah.
Marley's coach.
Yeah, he knows who Willie is.
And listen, it could have been one of the most dominant players in that league.
But the thing with Willie, and we know this, is that could flip immediately. That could flip next game, and he could have and here's the thing.
He should be playing center in the National Hockey League.
I'm old enough to remember the 2013. Yes, he should. Yes, he's talented enough.
He should be playing center in the National Hockey League, but he had that privilege taken away from him at a young age because he proved himself to be not responsible enough for the job.
He shouldn't be playing center because he can't do the defensive responsibilities that a center needs to do.
But he did some growing up and turned into an elite winger. Unreal winger. But then there's been this, like, he had so much success on the right. I don't understand why he's on the left now. Like, I supposedly he wanted it for a long time.
I never know about those things because I figure, like, oh, you're an NHLer, you can play on any side. But I guess it's so nuanced that
I think it's
at that game,
it's a comfort
at that
thing.
level, you know. Yeah.
And, like, I just don't he did so well on the right for so long. Why is he on the left?
Right.
Stop that. When does that experiment end? Like, we saw the Willie at center experiment. Like, we know the moment that died. They tried it in the playoffs. It didn't work. And they said, all right, close the book. Never again. When is this done?
I think
Kasha can play the left.
Yeah, I think
let Kasha do that.
I think you're right.
Perfect can play the left. Let him do it.
Adam, he's got more guys to list.
No,
go ahead.
Do you have any more?
Go ahead.
So what?
Ilya Mikheyev can play the left.
So what I'm thinking here is first off, sometimes, you know, people ask you to get it going, and you can't wake up. You can't get it going until your circumstances change. Putting him on the third line changes the circumstance. The other thing is, I'm old enough to remember, and you're old enough to remember, and you're old enough to remember the 2013 playoffs. You're old enough to remember the third line experiment that turned into something pretty great for the Leafs at that time, which is Kadri and Lupul. And they were, for the Leafs in that regular season, you know, the first 2 lines were okay, but that was a great third line. And they dominated. And I would love to see the Toronto Maple Leafs with, like, that Tavares line with Mikheyev and Kerfoot is going to be the most defensively responsible offensive threat in the NHL. Those 3 together,
hopefully,
they can do a lot of dangerous shit, but they can also shut you down. They can. And you've already got Kampf, and you've got Engvall, who's played a lot better. Imagine a little bit of scoring punch on that third line. If Willie can turn it around, who's to say? And it's like, and I say turn it around facetiously because look at this. I mean, the guy
he's still putting up points.
Offensively, he scored that
59
game.
points in 65 games. This is not a joke. This is the second most goals he's had in his entire career. The most being 31 2 years ago. So it's not like but if he is able to kind of turn it around and make it work with the third line, that potentially lets the Leafs roll 3 lines again, which is what they were trying to do when they brought in Tavares. So it would be Tavares, Matthews, Kadri. And I think it'd be kind of neat to see that again. I want to move us forward, though, because we don't have all the time in the world right now.
Okay.
I want to move us forward to the fourth line.
Team Willie.
You tweet. Of course, everybody's rooting for Willie.
Yes.
It's just not good enough. It's okay.
The added bonus of this whole situation might be that they figure out that they now have 3 lines they can roll with Willie on the third. Like, that just might be the future.
Yeah, and I think that's the key here. Now, the fourth line, and Steve, you tweeted something to the effect of, I'm all for nostalgia, but I think it's time we consider having a fourth line that's playable.
Yeah, my love of nostalgia is quickly losing its battle to my love of a playable fourth line.
And I think I've sort of mentioned it before. You've sort of mentioned it before. For the minutes they do get, I mean, they got pinned a couple times last night. It was bad.
Yeah.
Spets has been better defensively, I think, with the Leafs than he has at any other time in his career. But I'm and I hate saying this because I love Wayne, but I'm wondering, what exactly are you doing now?
It's not an effort thing.
It's not an effort thing.
It's a guy trying his absolute hardest, and it's not working.
So is it Wayne's fault, or is it the goals they've set out for Wayne that's their fault? Because if you know,
I think it's the fault of the National Hockey League being really goddamn good.
Is that what it is?
I don't think this is the fourth line we see in the playoffs. I think he's
not a chance.
They better start figure that out.
I think he's playing these guys out because he's trying to save the other bodies for the playoffs.
Well,
I think we see Clifford in there. And then when Kasha comes back, he's going to move someone from the third line down because Kasha deserves that spot. And then we have Blackwell and Spezza.
Yeah, like Blackwell has played so well that you're like, oh, that's an NHL fourth liner.
Yeah,